Good afternoon. I'm Amin Carlos, and you're watching News on 2. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has stressed that the construction of houses of worship will need to be approved by the local authorities to ensure incidents such as the fracas which took place at the Seafield Sri Maha Mariamman Temple at USJ 25 Subang Jaya, Selangor do not happen again.
So now the government will pass a resolution and make it a condition that houses of worship like mosques or temple or churches cannot be built without the permission of the local authority. So they cannot build on land that doesn't belong to them. That will solve the problem.
Tun Dr. Mahathir said this in a press conference held after chairing the Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia's leadership meeting in Petaling Jaya, Selangor.
In a related development, Selangor Police Chief Dato' Mazlan Mansoor said 30 individuals have so far been remanded as of yesterday evening to facilitate investigation into the riot. Well, Dato' Mazlan added that part of their investigations will be to look into the suspects' criminal records.
Dato' Mazlan said more arrests will be made soon in connection to the incident.
Terkini 30 tangkapan. At the moment we have 30 arrests so far, 30 tangkapan di mana 24 orang Melayu, satu orang Cina, lelaki Cina, 2 orang India Muslim dan 3 orang bangsa India. So mereka ni telah pun diriman mengikut tempoh yang berlainan. Sementara 5 yang baru ditangkap akan diriman esok.
Dato' Mazlan said police will also investigate those who are reported to have spread various information relating to the case which had caused tension among the public. He is urging those with any information on those involved in spreading these information to contact the police at 012-600-9999.
Well, meanwhile, the condition of fireman Muhammad Adib Muhammad Qasim, who was severely injured in the riot at the Seafield Temple in Subang Jaya, is improving with the use of the lung support machine, which uses the extracorporeal membrane oxygenation or ECMO system.
The National Heart Institute, IJN, where Muhammad Adib is being treated, in a statement, however, said he remains in critical condition and is still being observed in the intensive care unit. The ECMO machine helps send high oxygen levels in the blood to normalize the hemodynamic flow. It reduces the role of the heart and lungs, thus allowing his 2 organs to recover from the injuries sustained. The IJN specialist team who are treating Muhammad Adib consists of 6 specialist doctors covering various fields, 3 paramedical staff and 8 nurses.
And on to other stories. Now, there is no need to hold a rally to protest against the International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, known as ICED, as the government has decided not to ratify it. Home Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, however, said should those involved wish to go ahead with the rally, they will need to adhere to the Peaceful Assembly Act 2012.
Tan Sri Muhyiddin said this when commenting on the rally, which will involve the participation of PAS and UMNO members to celebrate the success of the government not ratifying the ICED. The rally is expected to be held on 8th December in Kuala Lumpur.
Bila dah ada begitu, apa tujuan nak mengadakan perhimpunan yang asalnya tadi nak bantah? Tujuan asal tu. Kalau sekarang ni nak tukar balik, nak mengucapkan syukur. Syukur tak payah buat kat depan begitu, buat masjid je lah, baca doa selamat. Doa negara aman, tenteram, alhamdulillah, tak akan berlaku ratifikasi.
Tan Sri Muhyiddin said this in a press conference held in Putrajaya.
The government is ready to extradite former Goldman Sachs banker Roger Ng, who is involved in the One Malaysia Development Fund issue, back to the United States. And Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said an extradition will be made if there is a request to do so from the United States.
Ya, kita memang tahu perkara ini dah lama dah. Tinggal lagi sekarang ini dia mengaku bahawa yang kita kata dia salah, dia mengaku dia benar, dia salah. Jadi bila dia salah itu tindakan akan dia ambil di Amerika Syarikat kerana kesalahan ini dilaku di Amerika Syarikat.
It was reported that Ng pleaded guilty to the financial offences involving 1MDB funds in Malaysia, while his partner Tim Lesner pleaded guilty to the same offences in the United States.
Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia, Bersatu, will make amendments to its new member registration process. Its chairman, Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad, said the amendments will, however, be tested out first before it is executed.
Kita masih menerima banyak ahli, tetapi cara kita mendaftar ahli itu kurang baik. Dengan itu kita akan ada pindaan-pindaan tertentu dan ini akan diuji sebelum digunakan.
Tun Dr. Mahathir said the party will also hold a general meeting and added that the date will be informed soon. Several selected observers among the delegates and members of the party itself will be invited to attend the meeting.
The Royal Malaysian Customs Department crippled a syndicate distributing tramadol pills worth 22 million ringgit with the seizure of 8 containers at Port Klang, Selangor on 12th and 20th September. Its Director General, Dato Sri T. Subramaniam, said the containers from the Nhava Sheva port in India contained 122.6 million tramadol pills, 600 litres of tramadol liquid and 38.8 million of various other pills, which were declared as general medication.
Diikrarkan sebagai dagangan yang masuk ke Malaysia. Ya, dia ikrarkan sebagai transit ke Nigeria. Tetapi ia datang daripada negara India. Okey. Jadi negara India nak masuk ke sini ada dua kemungkinan. Mungkin mereka akan tukar dokumen, ya, dan digunakan untuk pasaran domestik.
The case is being investigated under Section 135, Subsection 1, Subsection E of the Customs Act 1967, which carries a fine of not less than 10 times and not more than 20 times the value of the goods or imprisonment of not exceeding 3 years. Speaking at a press conference held at the customs store in Dengkil, Selangor, Dato Sri Subramaniam also confirmed that the department had crippled a syndicate which smuggled ecstasy worth 1.5 million ringgit in 2 separate raids conducted on 19th and 26th November.
A woman suffered a loss of 376,000 ringgit after falling victim of a cyber syndicate known as Love Scam in Sabah. At Labuan, Deputy Police Chief DSP Ibrahim Ghani said the victim was reported to have lost her life savings to her lover, whom she met through Facebook and had only known for a month.
And after gaining her trust, the man who claimed to be a pilot from Canada offered her $500,000, perfume, jewelries and other luxury items as gifts. She later received a call from another man stating that the gifts had arrived but were being held by the Customs Department and he needed her to settle the customs duties in order to claim the so-called gifts.
Selepas membuat bayaran yang minta, pengadu kemudian telah diugut oleh suspek untuk tidak memberitahu kepada orang lain. Dan dalam masa yang sama, suspek juga mengatakan pengadu akan ditangkap jika gagal membuat bayaran, diminta dan mengatakan bahawa pengadu juga telah terlibat dengan aktiviti pengubahan wang haram.
Felda Global Ventures Holding Berhad will finalize the appointment of its new Chief Executive Officer or CEO by the end of January 2019 following the resignation of its former CEO, Dato Zakaria Arshad, on 18 September. Now, its chairman and interim CEO, Dato Wira Azhar Abdul Hamid, said the group is on the lookout for an individual who is capable of fulfilling the role.
Where they come from, what FGV is looking for is a person who can play the role efficiently and effectively. I think we want a leader who has the appreciation of what is required from a big picture perspective.
Dato Wira Azhar said this in a press conference to announce the group's financial results for the third quarter ending 30th September 2018 in Kuala Lumpur. FGV recorded a lower financial performance for the third quarter of 2018 with a turnover of 3.19 billion ringgit against 4.14 billion ringgit in the same period last year. This was due to fall of the price of crude palm oil, CPO, which was at 2,224 ringgit per ton, down 16% from 2,665 ringgit per ton for the same period last year.
The Kuala Lumpur City Hall, DBKL, signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, with Think City Sendirian Berhad to develop the city as a creative and culture hub. Now, the MOU, which will be in effect until 2021, among others, covers planning and implementation to conserve the rich heritage of the city, increase public spaces and capacity building involving city folks.
Mayor Dr. Nur Hisham Ahmad Dahlan said although both parties had been collaborating to improve the quality of public areas since 2015, this new MOU outlines a higher commitment to strengthen the cooperation between them. The agreement reflects the common desire to enhance Kuala Lumpur's competitiveness and attraction through the creation of useful and creative public areas. Kuala Lumpur's legacy should be preserved with the involvement of volunteers and members of the public. City conservations are also being done in Georgetown, Butterworth and Johor Bahru.
The salary deductions for National Higher Education Fund Corporation, or PTPTN, recipients earning a monthly income of 2,000 ringgit and above will begin from 1st January 2019. Education Minister Dr. Mazli Malik said the amount of payment will, however, increase based on their salary.
Speaking at the Parliament lobby, Dr. Mazli said the Cabinet had decided that the 2% wage cut, or 40 ringgit, is to be made as soon as a borrower's salary reach 2,000 ringgit and above.
Kabinet juga telah bersetuju bahawa dikecualikan pembayaran bagi mereka yang mendapat first class honour daripada asalnya cadangan B40. Saya telah cuba perjuangkan bersama dengan Syed Saddiq di Kabinet untuk dimasukkan juga M40 dan akhirnya Kabinet telah bersetuju.
Dr. Mazli said the government will realise its election manifesto pledge of delaying PTPTN loan repayments for those earning 4,000 ringgit and below once the country is financially stable.
And that concludes this afternoon's edition of News On 2. Our top story, 30 remanded so far in Seafield Temple riot with more arrests to come. Well, News On 2 will come on again at 7 this evening with more updates. Till then, I'm Mohammed Amin, and thanks for watching.